Two more Marylanders test for coronavirus, but Governor Hogan says there is no immediate public health emergency. Former Mayor Catherine Pugh sentenced to 3 years in jail, and a Florida woman zipped up her boyfriend in a suitcase, leaving him to die. Today on The Diamond K Show. Episode 403 of the program. Welcome back to Radio on Fire. We are reporting for the nation. My name is Diamond K. Thank you for joining me. Radio on Fire provides the best in breaking news, entertainment, political stories, all that matter to you from an independent point of view. Your man Diamond K in here. So much going on. Two Marylanders have met with the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention. The criteria has been met for them to be tested for the coronavirus. This is the epidemic. Well, it's not. I guess it's not a pandemic, but it's getting there. It's teeter-tottering on that. So Governor Larry Hogan said that both patients recently returned from China, and health officials are evaluating a possible third case of the coronavirus. The governor said that $10 million in response funding for a potential outbreak has been submitted to lawmakers. So they're trying to gauge what's going to happen. Of course, the president is saying, nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. We got everything under control. He's talking some craziness like there was 15 cases. There are 60 cases in this country right now. So the coronavirus has a lot of strange things about it. It seems like older people are becoming affected. Like kids haven't really been affected, and people in the lower 20s, but people with pre-existing conditions and some other ailments, they have been affected by this. No telling how it's spreading, no telling any of that stuff as of yet. The governor said this: "I want to assure Marylanders that our state is taking every precaution when it comes to the coronavirus because our highest priority is keeping our residents." Let's make sure to keep the residents. His main priority is to keep the residents safe, right? Keep the residents safe. Hogan continued, "While we are hoping for the best, we are actively planning for the worst." I wish that the president could be like that. You know, it would kind of make people feel a little bit more comfortable. The news conference that Governor Hogan spoke about things, which was held at the Maryland Emergency Management Agency headquarters in Reisterstown. He said that he spoke with Vice President Mike Pence, who Donald Trump asked yesterday to lead the coronavirus response from the federal level. You know, Larry Hogan and Mike Pence are homeboys, right? Anyway, Hogan stressed that there is no immediate public health threat to Marylanders. It's so strange. How can they say that? They don't know when the immediate threat is that when the outbreak happens? That everyone should be on high alert. If everybody's on high alert, to me, that's immediate threat. I don't know. Last month, 2 Marylanders were tested for the virus, which originated in China. The 2 that were tested last month, both were negative after everything went through. As of today, the virus has reached 50 countries with more than 82,000 confirmed cases worldwide. Congressional leaders are poised to approve billions in new funding for the CDC. So we gotta figure this out. They may be up to a year before they find a cure for this coronavirus. It's really something that has people worried, has people concerned. They want people to make sure that you are doing a number of things. We're gonna go over a number of things that people can do. We definitely want schools, daycare centers, workplaces to make contingency plans. But the politicians right now are saying there's no public health threat. They have to say that. Even if there's a public health threat, I think that they would probably be wording it some way to try to calm people down. So there's no cure for the coronavirus, no vaccine for it. They really want to encourage Marylanders, everyone really, frequent hand washing. Cover your mouth and nose while coughing or sneezing. And this is something that people really need to nail down on. Stay home if you are sick. Stay home if you're sick. How many people go to places of work and people come in, they're sick. You can see they're sick. They're sick, right? Oh, ain't no time left. Well, I don't want to use my time. The time that it's going to take for you to recover from the coronavirus is 2 weeks. Speaking of 2 weeks, all U.S. Navy ships in the Pacific near the countries with the coronavirus have been ordered to self-quarantine for 14 days. Anyone who returns to Maryland from China is asked to monitor their health for 14 days after leaving China. U.S. officials are warning Americans to avoid non-essential travel to Italy, Japan, South Korea, and of course China. In the words of Snap, for people that remember the rapper Snap, is it Chill Rob G? I'm sorry, Chill Rob G. The words of Chill Rob G is getting kind of hectic. All right. You listen to the Diamond K Show here on Radio on Fire. Stay tuned. We'll be back after this quick break. Now more than ever, it's important where and who you get your news from. Radio on Fire brings information and entertainment to urban America. Whether it's news, sports, entertainment, or relationships, Radio on Fire has the urban experience covered from all angles. Visit radioonfire.com, download the Radio on Fire app, and follow us on social media at Radio on Fire. And we are back, Radio on Fire, your man Diamond K. Thank you for joining me. So, that day happened. Federal judges today sentenced former Mayor Catherine Pugh to 3 years in prison for a number of crimes, conspiracy and tax evasion. It's less than the 5 years that the prosecutors were recommending. Prosecutors were trying to give her the max. That's what they do, try to give people the max. They said that she conspired and, laundered money so she could fund her election. And they tried to sell it that way. However, the sentence, 3 years and 3 years of probation. She's also ordered to pay $400,011 in restitution. All right, $412K in restitution, and she needed to forfeit $669K in cash and assets, including a home that was purchased with the proceeds from this, and about $20K, a little bit under that, $18K from her campaign account. She does not have to go to prison until April 13th. So here's the strange part about the way the law works. Okay, so you take all this money. Now, if they're getting her for tax evasion, right? Well, let's say hypothetically that she paid the taxes on this money that she received. They wouldn't be getting all this money. They would be getting a portion of it, but they wouldn't be getting all of this money, right? So they're taking all the money because they know how much she made. So they're taking all the money, either she purchased with money that she received, and she's going to jail. Doesn't that seem like they're getting everything plus more? If she, like I said, let's go back to, if she sold these books and she paid taxes on what she sold, they wouldn't have got almost $1 million, well, over $1 million, right? They would have got that. But let's look at it like in this way. Let's say that you had a car repossessed, right? The bank comes and they take the car back. They take the car and they sell the car to try to get the money that you owed, right? That's what they do. So what if they took the car back, kept the car, sold the car, and had the money at the same time? That's what's happening here, because they're taking all this money from her and she's going to jail. You know, when the bank robber takes this money and he get caught, they bury the money, and people say, oh, they don't know where the money is. Then they go to jail, then they come home and they get the money. You know what I'm saying? In this situation, they're taking the money, she's paying restitution, she's doing community service, and she's going to jail in the Fed time, and that's what she's going to do. They are trying to send a message, and I think that the message has been sent. Black people can't do white-collar crimes. Because if this was a white person that did this crime, I don't think it would have been as hard on her. Today, when the judge rendered the sentence, she did not really react I mean, there was no big cry, or there was no shout or anything like that. 69 years old. She did strike a plea deal, so she didn't go to trial. But she struck this plea deal back in November, with these charges related to the sales of this Healthy Holly book. Is this going to become a collector's item, this book? I don't know. She was indicted on the 11 counts. They said that Pugh and 2 city employees double sold a children's book or failed to deliver them altogether to the institutions that they were purchased from, including Baltimore City Public Schools. As if they are already getting screwed over. Catherine Pugh wants to, dig the knife in a little bit deeper. Took almost 50 minutes to lay out the argument for the prosecutors. They wanted the max. They wanted to send her to jail for 5 years. And they said that this was a criminal book-selling scheme to rig an election. Right? The prosecutors really had some other aspirations, because he dressed that up. I mean, I don't know. He took it a little too far. But I see so many men. These are grown men online saying, yeah, she need to go to jail. You know what I mean? F that B and all that kind of stuff. And, you're never excited for anybody to go to jail. I can think of the worst enemy I have, and I don't even want him to go to jail. I mean, this is a sad day for Baltimore, that our former mayor, the last elected mayor that we have, is going to jail in less than 2 months, going to jail in Fed time. Right? Crazy. But anyway, this investigation began in February 2017, so they say, based on accusations she used her children's book as a ruse to raise money for her mayoral campaign and to get a new house. So she did all kind of things. All right. Case never went to trial. We said that. And Catherine Pugh going to jail. Sheila Dixon, no friend of Catherine Pugh, but I'm sure she's not celebrating this. Nobody can be happy about this. The stain that this puts on the city of Baltimore is tremendous, and it's going to be around for quite some time. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dom and K Show, at Radio on Fire. Let's take a quick break. We're going to come back with more of the program.
Do you have a business, product, or event that you need to promote to men and women ages 23 to 44? If so, Radio on Fire can help you do it with one of our promo packages. Our broadcasts reach over 150,000 people per month. Sponsorship for one or all of our radio programs can include live mentions, social media posting, commercials, and more. Visit radioonfire.com/advertise to find out more about a promo package that fits your needs. Rates start as low as $50. If you want to reach men and women ages 23 to 44, log on now, radioonfire.com.
Welcome back. You ain't Dom and K in here, Radio on Fire. Of course, you can advertise your product, service, or event on the show. Make sure you visit radioonfire.com for more details. A Florida woman has been arrested for the murder of her boyfriend after investigators say that she zipped up the man in a suitcase and left him to die. I have several suitcases around me, coincidentally, and I don't know how did this happen exactly. Sarah Boone, 42 years old, has been charged with second-degree murder in the death of her 42-year-old boyfriend. I mean, George Torres. Now, according to a police report, the authorities were called a woman claiming that her boyfriend was dead. The caller, who was later identified as Sarah Boone, said that she and her boyfriend were playing a game of hide and seek. Hide and seek, the classic game that we used to play in the 80s. Hide and go seek, right? Apparently, Torres agreed to Boone zipping him up in the suitcase, right? Here's what's so strange. They're playing hide and go seek. She helps him hide from her. Okay. Anyway, so they're playing this game of hide and go seek. He allows her to zip him up in the suitcase. Boone told the police that the two had been drinking throughout the night, and she passed out from alcohol consumption before she had a chance to let him out of the suitcase. Now, that doesn't even make sense, but that's what she told authorities. Okay, Florida woman. Now, they investigate this further, thankfully, and the officers found evidence that refuted her account. Okay, 2 videos, count them, 2 videos were discovered on her phone. Okay, in one of the videos, Torres can be heard yelling at Boone. This is the boyfriend. The boyfriend can be heard yelling at Boone to let him out of the suitcase. Boone responds, "For everything you've done to me." Torres replies back, this is the guy, the boyfriend, "I can't effing breathe. Seriously." Boone responds, "Yeah, that's what you do when you choke me." Torres continued to tell her that he could not breathe. "That's on you," she says. "Oh, that's what I feel like when you cheat on me." And this evidence in her phone, I'm sure when they, got her phone, she was like, "Oh, y'all gonna look at my phone?" Other videos show Torres attempting to escape from the suitcase. So she taped this. How stupid is this girl? Now, this Florida woman, when his body was discovered, he had a laceration across his top lip and bruising around his eye. So she did a lot. I mean, who knows what she was doing to him? She probably hit him in that suit, with the suitcase and all of that. I don't even understand what the deal was there. When his body was discovered, he was in bad shape. Boone currently being held in Orange County without bond, thankfully. I just need to make sure she does more time than Catherine Pugh, the former Baltimore mayor. Take a quick break, come back. The Diamond K Show here on RadioOnFire.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the program however you are hearing it right now. Take a quick break, come back with more of The Diamond K Show. And we are back. Your man Diamond K in here. Tyler Perry, his nephew, dead, found in jail, hanging. Family is very suspicious about this. Tyler Perry has a 26-year-old nephew named Gavin Porter, and Mr. Porter found dead in Louisiana. St. Helena Parish, to be exact, earlier this week. Gavin's mom is Tyler Perry's sister. So, according to reports, authorities told Gavin's family that he died by suicide, hanging himself with a bed sheet while he was in solitary confinement. Gavin was sentenced to 20 years for shooting and killing his biological father back in 2016. So they had an argument, and it was a sad situation there. Anyway, he was sent into solitary over the weekend for fighting with another inmate. Guards checked on him at 6 p.m. He was fine, but at 8 p.m. he was found dead. So I don't know exactly why the family feels that it's foul play. It was suspicious. I mean, he was sentenced to 20 years. And I mean, 20 years is pretty much, I mean, he would be, 46 when he got out. Maybe, I don't know when he was sentenced, but why would they think that this, he's in solitary confinement. I mean, crazy things have happened. They don't believe he was in solitary confinement. They don't believe he would have killed himself. I mean, authorities, anyway, told the family, the Gavin family, that no foul play was involved, but they are skeptical. They are skeptical. And I think that in most situations, people tend to not believe that their loved one would take their life, or they could be that desperate as far as what's happening. So definitely, it's just a sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. Your man Diamond K. I'm here. 7 p.m. new episodes of the program, but you can always go to radioonfire.com, catch up on anything that you may have missed. A lot of news, a lot of programs, and the back shows and all of that good stuff, so you can catch up on that. Last story before we get out of here. Tom Brady reportedly is entering free agency with the intention of leaving New England. And I think that's good. I think that is good. So NFL insiders are reporting that Brady is looking to enter free agency this year, moving on. He won't be able to negotiate with any team until March the 16th. There is a meeting with the Patriots head coach, Bill Belichick, and Tom Brady. They have not set a date for that. They are going to have a sit down. I don't think these two like each other. I don't think that these two like each other. If Tom Brady does leave New England, he will join the list of Hall of Fame quarterbacks that ended their careers after a long run with another team, with another franchise. So Joe Montana did it, Brett Favre did it, Peyton Manning did it, and potentially, the great Tom Brady and his 6 rings will do that. Brady is under the belief, according to reports, that he will be leaving the Patriots. So there's a lot of places where he could go. A lot of people would be interested in his services. We don't want you here in Baltimore, but I'm sure, and I definitely hope, we don't want you to go to the Steelers. Goodness gracious, don't go to the Steelers. I've heard reports, people thinking Dallas would be a good fit for him. Dallas has a quarterback. They haven't locked him down, but Dallas has a quarterback. So more than likely, somewhere on the West Coast, he could go. He could go somewhere in Florida. There's some spots in Florida where he could go. But I think it comes down more to where he would go, that they are one quarterback away from a Super Bowl run. Dallas, if he went to Dallas, I'm sure that Jerry Jones would be, and the Dallas Cowboy fans would be ecstatic. Tom Brady in Dallas, that's a Super Bowl team. That would be a Super Bowl team. That would be a lot of people's worst nightmares, okay, for him to go there. But they have Dak Prescott. They have not paid him, so Dak Prescott is not signed. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think this is going to be very interesting. I want him to leave New England. I do. Want him to leave New England. You've been listening to the Diamond K Show. I'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Radio on Fire provides the best in breaking news, entertainment, sports, and political stories that matter to you. To get all show archives and exclusive content, become a member today at radioonfire.com/join. Radio on Fire, we are reporting for the nation. I'll see you guys next time.